Hello and welcome. You are here. Good morning. My name is Sandy Howe, and I work in the Registrar's office here on campus as your Director of Enrollment Supports. More on that in just a moment. But it's been a really long time since our last in-person orientation took place. September 2019 to be exact. And I am so happy to be right here, right now, with all of you. Welcome to Brock! Before we begin our program today, I'd like to bring your attention to the QR code on the back of one of the chairs in front of you, which you've had a few minutes to notice. You'll want to take a look at that, which will guide you directly to our new student orientation and academic welcome website. There's really vital information there, like the agenda for today, where to find your orientations, information about campus services, how to get involved, all those really important things. And if you don't have a cell phone or exact access to the internet at the moment, don't worry. We've got some really amazing volunteers that have been in here this morning and that you'll cross paths with throughout the day who will help you on your way. They're here to support you. So let's begin. Welcome. You might be wondering who I am. Like I mentioned, my name is Sandy Howe, and I'd like to give a big shout out to the Faculty of Applied Health Sciences. Let me hear you first off. Yeah, yes. Great, and I'd also like the Faculty of Graduate Studies to give me what you got. You're everywhere. Great. I am a student. I'm one of you here at Brock in the Faculty of Applied Health Sciences Physical and Health Education program, and a graduate student. And so I know what it's like to be where you are and to be experiencing this. I also work on campus as part of our Office of the Registrar, and we truly support you from apps to caps, as we like to say. You're going to get very familiar with Brock Central. It's on the 3rd floor of the tower, and I'm just going to take a moment to highlight that, because that's where you can ask all your questions about your account, about OSAPs and scholarships, making payments, withdrawing and dropping classes, and any question that you don't know where to ask, please just ask us. We've got an amazing academic advising team in the Registrar's office and across campus, as well as many other services and supports that you'll meet on the front line and people behind the scenes that will help you. What's really special about Brock is that we care about students in a different way. And so if you have questions or needs, we want you to bring those forward so that we can do whatever we can to meet those and to help you along. You might also be wondering what's going to happen this morning. We have about an hour together, and I want to let you know what's going to happen over that time. You're going to hear some welcome messages from really important people, some tips from senior students and our keynote speaker. We also have some prizes to give away, no complaints about that. And lastly, we'll provide direction to move you to your faculty academic orientations. And don't worry, the schedule for the day is being accommodated. Does that sound good? Yeah, there's a couple of people that are thrilled about that. It's now my absolute pleasure to welcome an amazing person to the stage, Dr. Robin Bourgeois. She is our acting Vice Provost, Indigenous Engagement, and she'll offer us an Indigenous welcome this morning.
Tanzi Kinanas Kamatanao. My name is Robin Bourgeois. I am Nahias Quayo, a Cree woman. My family comes from Treaty 8 territory, which is the Lesser Slave League region of northern Alberta. It is my total honor to welcome you here today. When I said my traditional greeting, I said to you, Kinanas Kamatanao. That means I am so grateful for you. I am so grateful for all of you being here. It is so exciting to have all of you in a room together and celebrating this start of a new semester. And I want to honor you. That's how we do this as Indigenous folks. We like to honor folks. So I actually even brought out my first drum, which is a sacred drum for me with my eagle feather and my, it's a little tiny baby raven feather. to honor you, and I'm gonna honor you with a welcoming song that comes from Mi'kma'ki. So Mi'kma'ki you might know better as Nova Scotia. I spent a number of years there, and this song was gifted to me, and it's a welcome song that honors people as they come into a new space. So just so you have a little preface, so you understand how this works with drumming, we do 4 rounds. So you're gonna hear me basically sing the same thing again and again 4 times. And there's no words. These are called vocables, and I'm just singing to creation to welcome you all here. So here is the welcoming song.
Thank you, Robin, for your drum song. I always find your talents a privilege to experience and a great time for personal reflection. I would now like to ask Janet Westbury to join us on stage for our land and treaty acknowledgement.
Welcome, everyone. It is with extreme gratitude that I've been asked to come and share the land acknowledgement with all of you today. Before I begin, I encourage you all to reflect on the land in which you have called home, the land where you grew up, or the lands in which you have moved to throughout your life. And for some of you, the land in which you have just relocated to this past weekend. From coast to coast to coast, we must acknowledge the ancestral, unceded, and traditional territories of all the First Nations, Métis, and Inuit people that call this land home. After I share this land acknowledgement, I encourage you all to take some time and to reflect. We at Brock acknowledge the land on which this settler institution was built. It's the traditional territory of the Haudenosaunee and the Anishinaabe peoples, many of whom continue to live and work in this area today. This territory is covered by the Upper Canada Treaties and is within the land protected by the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Agreement. I am humbled, and I recognize and I honor the contributions of Indigenous peoples, their histories, their cultures, as well as the very special relationship they have with this land. Where we are right now, this is where I walk, I bike, I hike this land, this region, these fields, and this escarpment. This is where I paddle these waters, streams, and rivers. I want to say thank you to the elders and the knowledge keepers here and those whom have left us for their stewardship of this land. As I look out into this crowd today, I see new beginnings, transition, change, and movement. There are times when we find change extremely difficult and unnerving. But as Mother Earth has taught us, change is inevitable as we move through the seasons. This land gives back to you and provides balance in transition and growth. I do encourage you to explore this region while recognizing the history of the land. Acknowledge the communities that have been here and cared for this land since time immemorial. Understand what time immemorial means. It means historical time that is indefinite, time that extends past any records or memory. Honor this relationship that is held with the land in which you now will work and play. It's your responsibility to help to care for the land and learn about these lands, the people, and their history. We are all treaty partners. Do you know what that means? I encourage you to understand what a wampum agreement is. What is the dish with one spoon? Reflect and acknowledge the history of colonization. Be attentive and listen with an open mind and a good heart. With the change of season here and your new beginnings, we are coming up to September 30th. I think of the legacy of assimilation and genocide that is part of the history of Turtle Island and the Canada that we call today. Colonization has spanned from the first arrival of settlers to 1619, when the first enslaved Africans were forced and brought to North America, to the more than 150,000 Indigenous children ripped from their homes, to the 60s scoop, to the forced and coerced sterilization of Indigenous women, and much more. I recognize that many of you have been personally affected by colonization, either in this country or your own. Take time. Consider how you can contribute to decolonization and reconciliation as a sense of newness as we move into this season. It is the conscious learning, unlearning, and relearning to undo centuries of colonist ideals. The choice is not for a single day, but a choice to make a conscious, daily change in your life and the lives of others. I have been honored to share this space with you. Remember, reconciliation is more than words. It takes action. Chi-miigwech.
Thank you so much, Janet. It is really important to use this opportunity to learn about more than just your degree in yourself. Right? Join us in the commitment to learning about decolonization, our history here in Canada, and how we can move forward in action. I would now like to welcome Dr. Lynn Wells, our Brock University Interim President and Vice Chancellor, Provost and Vice President Academic, to extend a welcome. Welcome, Lynn, your President.
Hi, good morning, everybody. This is amazing to look out and see this absolute sea of people. We've been waiting a long time here at Brock, and in fact, the entire time I've been here, because I started at Brock in 2020 in the middle of the pandemic. And I can tell you this was a beautiful campus, but it was empty. It was missing something important. It was missing all of you. And I'm so pleased that we're able to welcome this huge incoming class of new Badgers to Brock in person so that you can engage with all of the great activities and really benefit from life on this campus. I hope you'll take advantage of everything that Brock has to offer. As Sandy said, this is a place where we really care about students. That's why I came here. I've worked in a lot of different places. But what attracted me to Brock was its commitment to its students, its commitment to making our campus inclusive, to celebrating everybody who comes here, and really creating an environment that, as we say in our strategic plan, is transformational. When I was sitting talking to some of my student colleagues, we were talking about the fact that sometimes you come to university and you say, I can hardly wait to get my degree and then I can start my life. One of the things you realize when you're as old as I am is that this is your life. This is one of the most exciting moments in your life, and you will remember this day sitting in this gym for many, many years to come. I really hope that you enjoy everything about Brock. I'm excited about meeting you. I always say this, and I absolutely mean it. If you see me running through the halls, I'm a busy person, so I'm always running from one thing to another. If you see me running by, please tap me on the shoulder and say, hi, I remember you from the welcome. Tell me your name. Tell me what program you're in. Tell me where you came from, and tell me how you're doing at Brock. Because I really do care. I think of you as part of our community, part of our Brock family. Look forward to seeing you at events and just wandering around campus. Have a wonderful year. Thank you so much for choosing Brock.
Thank you so much, Lynn, and she means it. And so does everyone else on our campus that says, please stop me in the halls, right? Reintroduce yourself and say hello. This is all part of the Brock experience. Next, I'd like to welcome to the stage your Brock University Student Union, or BUSU President, Fatin Darbaj. Welcome.
All right, hi everyone. First of all, I'd like to apologize for my voice. Clearly you can tell Welcome Week has been a bit crazy, but my name is Fatin Darbaj and I currently serve as your BUSU President for the 2022-2023 school year. For those of you who don't know, BUSU stands for Brock University Student Union, but more importantly, I want to welcome you to Brock University. I'm so excited to join you in this short component of your new experience. As I join you, I'm reminded of my time in your seat just a few short years ago. By joining us today, I hope that means you're at least a little bit excited about what the next 4 years may offer you. And you should be, because if my university experience is anything like yours, it's going to represent a truly one-of-a-kind experience at a one-of-a-kind place, where you can develop yourself, explore your passions, and truly leave your mark on campus for generations of Badgers to come. As a Badger myself, I learned a few things the hard way. So as you embark on your journey, I thought I would share some recommendations that I have for you. And of course, my biggest one is to take full advantage of your student union here at Brock. At Brock's University Student Union, our mission is to provide you with the best student experience possible. We are student-powered, run by a student-elected board of directors and 4 student leaders, and we employ hundreds of students each year. BUSU provides you with many services like your Universal Bus Pass, which you can pick up at the BUSU Transit table at the Weather Station Field today and tomorrow, and your Health and Dental Plan, which provides you with health, vision, dental coverage, and more. An amazing way to meet people and get involved on campus is clubs. BUSU has over 120 clubs that you can join, and if you think we're missing a club, you can always create one. BUSU's Welcome Week Festival is Badger Fest, and it's happening all this week. You may have attended the paint party on Sunday, which was run by us, but if you missed it, it's all good. We have events running all week and all year, and you can check them out at badgerfest.ca. BUSU runs non-for-profit food services on campus. Our social enterprises include Isaac's, Union Station, the General Brock Convenience Store, and they employ students, have the cheapest prices on campus, and all the money goes back to benefiting the students. For those of you who are of age, Isaac's is our on-campus bar, where we hold a lot of events like Isaac's First Shot, which is happening this Thursday night. Please follow along and engage with us this year. You can find us on social media at Brock BUSU on Instagram, and you can find me and connect with me at Fatin Darbaj on Instagram, or email me at president@brockbusu.ca. Again, I'm so honored to welcome you to Brock. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me or anyone else at BUSU if we can ever be a resource to you. I look forward to seeing what the next few years have in store for you. Thank you, and I hope you have the most amazing welcome week. I hope to see you at some events at Badger Fest this week also.
Thank you so much, Fatin, for the BUSU welcome. And BUSU really is a critical part of your student experience, so just let all that great information soak in. Next, I'd like to invite your Graduate Student Association President, Haley Myatt, to the stage for a welcome. Thank you.
Hello, everyone, and thank you, Sandy, for the introduction. As Sandy said, my name is Haley Myatt, and I'm the President and CEO of the Graduate Student Association. I know there's only a small pocket of graduate students here, so some of you may be looking at me and wondering why I'm here, but I promise I have a few words for everyone here as well. The GSA is the Graduate Student Association, and we are kind of the home away from home for all of our graduate students. We represent a population of nearly 2,000 graduate students, which is very exciting, and we offer a lot of critical services and social opportunities for our students. Some of these critical services, similar to BUSU, we have a health and dental plan for our students, but we also, along with BUSU, we offer the U-Pass, so you have your bus pass for September to April. We also work with BUSU, again, they're really the all-stars in collaboration with us, to offer a Food First program to give students an opportunity and support who may be facing food insecurity, and we also offer the Ombuds program as well. Some other supports for grad students, we host a lot of social events and we get some graduate student-only spaces, which is very nice. And you can look out for our signature event in April, which is our Starlight Gala. This week, you can find us in a lot of different places. Obviously, I am here right now, but you can find us at BUSU's Welcome kind of fest, vendor fair. There's many different names, community fair, Weather Station Field. But you can also find us in many classroom presentations, the FGS barbecue this afternoon, and various workshops throughout the week. Apologies to everyone on this side of the room. There's graduate students apparently placed on this side, so I'm not ignoring you. I'm just trying to speak to the little crowd, but I see you and welcome you as well. But recognizing that this audience, like I've said a couple times here, is not just graduate students, undergrads as well, I just have a few words I want to share. That while this moment may feel daunting or may feel overwhelming, trust in the process that is this experience. With so much information that you may encounter over these weeks, it might be difficult to remember everything. But I hope you remember a few things. One is that you are not alone in any of this. As it's been mentioned a few times by a lot of my partners and colleagues up here, is that we are all here for you, for your experience, to help enrich it and make it something that you really remember and enjoy. I also hope that you remember, apologies, should have brought the water up with me. I hope that you remember the work that you've put in to get to this moment. It's a long journey that you've been on, and you may face lots of barriers on your way here, but remember all the work that you've put into and celebrate that as you start this new journey. Now back to the graduate students, just one more little shout out to you all, is that hope you remember that GSA is here to assist you. We are committed to supporting you and your goals here at Brock. Be it on socials, email, or stopping by our office, hidden away in the landscapes of Mackenzie Chown C Block. We want to hear from you and we want to see your face. But to all people who are here today, welcome to Brock. I am very excited to see what this journey unfolds for all of you, whether you're undergraduate or graduate. And I hope that you really enjoy this week, enjoy this next year, and make the most of it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Haley. A couple of things you said about making the most of it and not being alone. Right? There might be moments where it feels like it, but you never are alone here. We're going to change the pace at this time, and I'm thrilled to ask you to join me in welcoming wonderful students to the stage, our senior student panel. We have Suman, Utkarsh, and Mariana. Could you please join me on stage? Yeah, give them a round of applause. Thank you so much for joining our panel today. I'm going to introduce you to our students at this time. And we actually have some questions from fellow Badgers that have popped up that I'm going to pose to each of these students. So let's meet Suman. Suman is a second-year BBA co-op student with various experience with clubs, including ratifying her own cultural club and being an executive member for various Goodman clubs. She's fascinated by Brock's nurturing environment and has been growing as a young adult and an international student. Suman is always happy to volunteer and help those in need, and always excited to seek new opportunities. Round of applause for Suman.
Well, nice to meet you, everyone. I'm Suman. Yes, I'm an international student, so if any of you guys are internationals, hello, welcome to Canada, welcome to Niagara. Yeah.
And stop her in the halls. That's the theme. Next, we're going to meet Utkarsh this morning, who is a fourth-year medical science honors student and currently works with the Brock Student Justice Center, an undergraduate student union, as the advocacy coordinator. He spends a lot of time with various clubs, including the Brock Medical Brigade and the Faculty of Applied Health Sciences mentorship program. When he's not studying, he's busy as a volunteer researcher at Niagara Health, and Utkarsh likes to take a break and join in some of the fun intramural teams Brock has to offer. If you ever see him on campus, don't hesitate to say hi. Welcome, Utkarsh. And third in our row this morning, let's meet Mariana Garrido, who is a PhD candidate in the Department of Biological Sciences and a graduate student ambassador with the Faculty of Graduate Studies. Mariana is an international student from Brazil, and since 2020, the founder and organizer of Brock's annual Women in STEM event, which I've had the chance to personally participate in. In her free time, Mariana volunteers as the president of a Canadian nonprofit organization that focuses on making games that teach making scientific knowledge fun. Welcome, Mariana, everyone. So again, we have 3 questions that came from our Badgers, and I'm going to start with question number 1. Are you ready?
Yes, we are.
Okay. What services and supports helped you most during your first year at Brock? Let's start with Suman.
Okay, so there are a lot of services here at Brock if you don't already know, but I just want to pick up 2 stuff. First one is BUSU. Yes, I served BUSU as one of the first-year representative in my first year, and also participated in the student election like Fatin mentioned, and I was elected as one of the board of directors for Brock Press Board, which is a student-organized newspaper. So I was representing BUSU. And I was working really closely with BUSU, and I really learned that BUSU is an organization that really supports you to grow as a Badger. Yes, you do go to Brock University, but where does that Badger energy come from? So raise your hands if you're at the paint party on Sunday. Okay, I see a lot of hands, like 70% of you guys, right? So I guess you're getting the Badger energy, right? Yeah? So BUSU is something that you really want to carry on for your Badger journey, I guess. And then one more thing that I really want to talk about is Brock International Services. I know a lot of you guys are here, like sitting here from different countries, different regions. Could be from Niagara, United States, Philippines, Korea, me, Japan, or India. Many different cultures, many different countries, right? Brock International covers all different countries and make sure that you are transitioning smooth and just right. They offer academic support. They offer you different ways to find accommodations, since it is really hard for you to find a place to live here. Even me as a Niagara local student, I graduated from a high school called St. Paul Catholic High School in Niagara Falls, but it was still hard for me to find a place for like renting a room, because I just did not like to stay in the residence. I'm just not a residence person. So for you guys, I know some local students, you already found a house on the residence or at a room rental, but I feel like Brock International is here to help both domestic and international. So if you ever need that support, go to Brock International. One more thing that I do want to talk about is that Brock International never fails to make you have that fun in your university life. We take students to Canada's Wonderland, working with BUSU. We take you to Clifton Hill, all for free. Bus included, food included, and you're just there to have fun.
Thank you so much. Utkarsh, what would you say to this question?
Well, thanks for that, Suman. Honestly, my answer seems a little lackluster now. But honestly, here at Brock, we're lucky enough to say that our university ranks #1 in mental health services. So that means we have access to so many different resources. And one of the ones I want to talk to you about is SJC, the Student Justice Center. Now, this falls under the Human Rights and Equity Office, and basically, it helps students gain a voice in their education. You know what? You came to university to do what? To learn, to have fun, and so many other experiences. But sometimes you may feel like maybe your education is being compromised. You know what? You want the same social status, the same education, the same experience as all of those peers around you. You know what? That's the reason you came to a higher education. And so they give students the opportunity to gain these equal chances, to shine among your peers just like your peers. And so that's one of the favorite aspects of Brock that I've come to know. I actually work with them, and the work that they do there is limitless. For example, if you come in and you have a problem with us, and we're not able to, help you specifically, we're still trained in so many resources to direct you to the proper or the necessary help. And the second resource I want to talk about is your professors. Now, let's be honest. You come to university, a lot of the time, you feel like you're just a number. If you go to Mac, U of T, Western, some of those really, really big universities, you are just a number to them. You know what? Your professors might not care as much. They're too busy doing so many other things. But the reason that Brock is so special is because your professors want that extra step. They want to care for you. They want to know what's going on in your life. You know what? You're not just a number to them. I can count how many times, I've reached out to my professor, either for personal reason, for academic reason, and you know what? They're so kind. They're so understanding. If you're going through something at home, maybe, they will be lenient. They will help you out, because their job isn't just to get paid. They're here for you and your success. And you know what? That's why I love being here at Brock.
Thank you. That was a perfect answer. And we'll now end with you, Marianne, on this question.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me. Welcome to Brock. It's a pleasure to meet you. I am a PhD student, like Sandy said, so I'm further ahead. I would say that although there are multiple resources that helped me throughout my years here at Brock, definitely Brock International as an international student, Human Rights and Equity Center. I would also mention Brock Recreational. I think that's the one I want to talk to you guys about. We have an amazing athletic facility here at the university, and there's a lot of things that are already included in your tuition, so make sure that you check out Brock Recreational website. That's definitely one of the things that I did in my first year. I played intramurals and volleyball. We were champions, which was great. And there's also kickboxing, yoga, spinning. There's a lot of stuff that's free, included in the tuition. And there's some other classes that you have to pay a little fee for, but it's definitely something that is worth checking out. And I will second the information about the professors, especially for grad students as well. Make sure that you talk to your supervisors. They are amazing resources. You're also going to have a committee of other professors that will help you throughout your journey as a grad student, so rely on them as well. They are also amazing and here to help you.
Thank you so much. We're going to move on to our second question from our Badgers. And this time we're going to start with you, Utkarsh. The question is, what are some tips on how to adjust to an in-person learning environment? It may have been a while.
Honestly, I love this question because you know what? We're all in the same situation. The last 2 years have been so rough, so for me personally, and just in so many different ways. But you know what? You have to understand, we're all in the same situation. Look at the person to your left, to your right. They've been going through the same stuff. I remember back when I was in first year, first week of school, you'd sit down in class, you wouldn't know anybody. You'd sit down, look to your left and say, hey, my name's so-and-so, and you would just talk to them. You'd get maybe their Snapchat, their IG, and you'd make a friend, you'd make a resource. Networking is such a crucial part of your university experience, and that is really your foundation during first year and your first week. The people you meet now will help pave your education for the rest of the year. And also, I just want to say, don't get too comfortable. You know what? Do what you think suits you best, because at the end of the day, this is the first time you're really on your own. Some of you might be living at home, but even then, this is the first time you're in charge of your education. You're not being babysit by anyone, your parents or teachers. Yeah, they're looking out for you, but you are truly on your own when it comes to what you need to do to succeed. So make sure you try new things. Make sure that you're, seeing what works for you. If you have to get up at 6 a.m., maybe to hit the gym, to work out, or if you want to work out at night, just find a routine and stick with it, because honestly, the next 4 years of your lives are going to go by so fast. Like, look at me. I started in first year. I had 1 real year of in-person classes, and now I'm graduating this year. So honestly, the simplest way I can say this is do you and don't regret what you make or do with your decisions. And yeah.
I love that. Do you? Thank you, Karsh. Mariana, over to you. How would you respond to this question?
Yes, absolutely. I would say that we're all in the same boat. So whatever I'm going to tell you guys is what I'm trying to do, because believe me, it's not that easy for anyone, even on the grad side of things. So I have two things to tell you. First of all, is just be patient with yourself. You've all done in-person classes before and in-person learning, so it's not something that's completely new. It's just been a while. So eventually we'll get back to you. So just trust the process, like Haley said, and enjoy the ride. Eventually things will fall into place. But at the same time, to help expedite the process of getting back into the role of things, I would say to try and stay on campus. We have facilities that can support you studying. We have an amazing library. We have multiple places around campus where you can study. It's still somewhat acceptable to be outside for now, so you can enjoy the Jubilee Court and studying over there. I think that if you force yourself to stay on campus, you will maybe have an easier time getting to everything ready and getting everything that you need to do done instead of being at home. And also you'll be able to network and meet new people, because everyone, again, is in the same boat, starting university or starting grad school. So staying on campus and being patient with yourself for sure.
Thank you, Mariana. And we'll end with a brief response from Suman on this question.
Yeah, so mine is really basic compared to theirs, so I just wanted to mention two things. So first one is planning things out. Use that Google Calendar, use that calendar that you got for Christmas. Use that daily planner, use that weekly planner. Start from little things, weekly, monthly, and then maybe an annual planner. And you will be able to stay on top of the things. Me working and then handling 8 different clubs as an executive, and just academics, and going to the gym, being committed, and living alone. It's a lot, but I really was able to stay on top of everything because I had Google Calendar, because I had my daily planner. I had my day scheduled, planned out every single day from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m., maybe later, right? So that's like a simple basic, but I feel like you guys do need that planner in your life, in your university. And second thing is to be surrounded by the people that is really right for you. Cut out that toxic relationships. Cut out that people. You don't need to be stuck in the high school mindset, right? We're in university. We're meeting new people. You guys are not from where you're from. Now you're here as a Badger meeting new people, right? So make sure that you're really getting out of your comfort zone and doing the things and meeting the right people that would motivate you, because those are the people that you will see in your in-person classes.
I love this. Totally honest advice from your peers. Take it in. We'll now move to our third question, and I love this one. Thank you to the Badger who submitted it. How did you manage your feelings going into your first year at Brock? And what's one piece of advice you would give to your first year self? We're going to start with you, Mariana.
That is an interesting one. I don't think I managed my feelings very well going into my first year, so I hope you do it a little better than I did. I was definitely feeling very excited, definitely scared, especially coming into the first year. Well, first year of university has been a while, but first year of grad school for sure. And my first year at Brock was also, as an international student, slightly stressful, but it was at the same time incredible. So I think you have the same level of excitement and maybe a little something related to fear, but it's whatever coming your way, just be ready for new things and change and awesome things that are going to happen. I would advise my first self to slow down. So as I mentioned, I'm a PhD student here at Brock, so my first year here I had just finished my master's, and for the new incoming PhD students, you'll remember the end of your master's is a lot stressful. So when you start a new program, you just have to remind yourself to slow down. This is a new process. You need to understand the basics. You need to get your grip on everything, understand the university as itself. And I would definitely give my first year self the advice to utilize all the mental health resources we have here at Brock. We earlier mentioned that we are #1 university in mental health resources. Definitely use those. It will help you manage all those excitements and fears as well, and remind you that you are not alone. So definitely mental health resources, exercising, and just being patient with yourself.
Thank you so much. Suman, we're going to move to you on this question, and I'm just going to repeat it. How did you manage your feelings going into first year at Brock? And what's one piece of advice you would give to your first year self?
Okay, mine could be a little bit different because I'm more like a chill person, right? And then I'm like, I like to remind myself, Suman, you're doing good. Just be confident, stay confident, you got this. That's all I could do. Like, yes, like there are some nervousness, there is some anxiety, there's excitement going into new school, new area, new friends, new community, right? But I just reminded myself, you got this and you're gonna do great. And that's all I did. And I'm only a second year. I only went to school, Brock, for a year. Like I was like you guys last year. And then it went well, right? But one thing that I really do want to mention is the next question. So the advice that I would give to you guys or like to myself as a first year. So I started with an accounting co-op degree. So where's the Goodman here? Goodman students? Goodman, yes! Goodman in the house, yeah. We gotta, make sure that Goodman Energy is here. Okay, so I started off with BIAC, accounting co-op program, right? I really thought that this would be like my life. Oh, I want to be a accountant. I'm gonna get my CPA degree. I'm like, okay, I'm all set. I got my co-op program. I got my co-op with KPMG Big Four. Let's go. This summer, I was really thinking about it. Do I really like accounting, or am I forcing myself to be an accountant to be rich, right? I want to be rich. All of you guys want to be rich. That's why you guys are in school. If I didn't want to be rich, I would probably be working part-time, right? Like serving. I still serve though, right? Yeah, but yeah, just say, I know I'm funny, guys. Okay, I'm just kidding. So back to the point, I do want to say, make sure that the program that you choose right now is something that you are passionate about. I literally changed out of my program literally 4 days ago. I did all my course selection. I literally did everything. And then I'm like, Suman, you're not gonna get through your accounting degree. Just switch BBA co-op and maybe concentrate on accounting. And then I did, because why not? That's what I wanna do. I wanna be an entrepreneur, or if anything, I don't wanna be an accountant. So I did switch to it, and then I just want to make sure that you guys love what you are doing and make sure if that program is right for you. And one more thing, if you guys want to connect with me after, come to me. I have over 100 plus business cards. I have my phone number, email, LinkedIn, Instagram, everything. So if you need me, come to me. I'm very friendly, as you can tell, okay?
We found our MC for next year. In all seriousness, thank you, Suman. And changing your program is what we're here to help you do. When you realize that moment, just please seek someone out and just soak in that advice. We are going to end with Utkarsh on this final question. I'll just give it to you one more time. How did you manage your feelings going into your first year at Brock, and what would you tell your first year self?
Honestly, this is a two-part question for me. So first, I got one word. Adapt. University will throw so many curveballs your way. You'll wake up one night, you'll have 2 assignments to do, you won't know what's going through your head, you'll be freaking out. Learn to adapt. Talk to your professor, or either grind that 24-hour night, finish everything. Just learn a way to cope with it. Because you know what? Sometimes there's no easy way around some of the stuff you'll face throughout university. Sometimes you have to put that hard work in, and honestly, that's the best thing you can do. Put the hard work in. And that's how I, dealt with my feelings. If I was having trouble, I'd say, you know what, whatever. I would look into the mirror, on some of those awful nights and psych myself up. You got this. You know what? You suck, but you still got this. I was super passive aggressive to myself, but you know what? I'm almost graduating now, and it worked. Yeah, maybe it wasn't the best coping mechanism, but find out what works for you. That's all I got to say. And then the second part of the question, if I could go back in time and tell myself one thing, get uncomfortable. You know what? You're at a part of your life where there are so many new avenues you can take, so many different pathways. Look at all 3 of us right now. If we didn't put ourselves out there, none of us would be talking to you, right? Maybe you want to be here in 2 or 3 years. Maybe you want to be public speaking. Maybe you don't want to be, but that's fine. Find out what you want to do. Take the extra step. You know what? Join some clubs. If you like a course you have, ask the professor, hey, I like this. What else can I do to get involved? There's no wrong answer. And that's what I tell myself. I'd say, put yourself out there, get uncomfortable, because you never know what's waiting for you. That's all I have to say. And thank you so much, and have a great year. You're going to love it.
Applause. Round of applause for our panelists. Thank you, Suman, Utkarsh, and Mariana. There was a theme in that panel, right? You do you, get uncomfortable, and also do what you need to do to stay well. And they presented all kinds of options for you that I hope you're taking in and thinking about what it's going to take for you to achieve these goals this year. I am now thrilled, it's actually a pleasure, to introduce to you this morning to our keynote speaker, Sohail Ahmed. You'll quickly realize that Sohail's energy is contagious to everyone that he encounters. He holds 2 Guinness World Records and was the youngest elected president and vice president of the Brock University Students' Union. He started a tour company at the age of 16 and his own car dealership at the age of 19 while he was a student here at Brock. His companies across Canada employed over 250 people all throughout the pandemic. And after more than a decade of entrepreneurship, he's taking his learning and putting them to use by teaching and mentoring young students from over 16 countries. As a traveling teacher, he was named 40 Under 40 for his unique vision of the automotive industry and serves as a director of OMVIC, the Ontario Motor Vehicle Industry Council. Nothing is more exciting to him than seeing young people realize their potential in this world. And a round of applause for the exceptional Sohail.
Thank you, Sandy. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen! My name is Sohail. Welcome to Brock University. There's no energy in this room. Let's all stand up. Just quickly stand up and just raise your hand. We don't have much time. And just say, woo! Woo! Good. Sit back down. This is going to be a fast talk. Look, I have 13 minutes for you. And in these 13 minutes, I want to share something that I used to be a very shy kid in my first year of university. I literally came to university, and on my first day, remember the keynote speaker talking, and I remember him saying, I was also shy in my first year. And I said, there's no way you were shy. Look, you're on stage talking to thousands of people. How are you ever shy? And he said, there's a book that changed my life. And I'm going to show you what book that is. But before I get into that, I just want to say one more thing. Just kind of be really real with you. A lot of people are worried about you guys. A lot of people I've been talking to in different high schools said this is the pandemic generation. They didn't have social experiences for the last 2 years. They're anxious. They have social anxiety. You know when I hear that, you know what I see? I see the class with the greatest potential to surprise everybody. That's you. If you're with me, say aye. All right, okay, some of you guys are with me. Listen, Brock University, and I'm just gonna get my clicker over here, is a place where you need to forget about who you were in the past. This book changed my life. As I said, on my first day of school, the keynote speaker said, I read this book and I became a social person. I got rid of my anxiety. I learned social skills. And I had my pride on the line. I had never read a book in my life. I used to brag that I went all throughout high school reading just Spark Notes. I never read Lord of the Flies or anything else. I made it without reading a book. If you're with me, say aye. Yeah, okay, good. But I took this book. I remember taking a picture of this book on my first day of school. I remember reading it in the first week of school, and it changed my life. And my lesson here, the first secret, is not this book. It's that no matter what your weakness is, no matter what your gap is, no matter where you want to improve, there's a book, there's a teacher, there's a podcast, and you can start mastering any version. You can literally start becoming any version of yourself right here at Brock University. So when I talked to Rox, Rox asked me to be a keynote speaker. I said, are you sure, Rox? Are you sure you want me to be a keynote speaker? The guy that graduated with $40,000 of student debt? She goes, yeah. I'm like, the guy that had a 69.7% average that got rounded up to 70? She goes, yeah. And like, the guy who took 6 years to graduate a 4-year program, business program? She goes, yes. And I said, why? She goes, tell them about the business that you started at Brock. Tell them about becoming the youngest president and vice president of the student union, and how you ran for elections in your second month of school, and how you met the prime minister, not once, but twice, just lobby about student government in university. How you met Nas Daly and Erica Kuhlberg. Anybody recognize these people? Yeah, they're like famous on TikTok and stuff. Anyways, and she said, tell them about those things. I said, okay. I'm like, how long do I have? She goes, 10 minutes. I'm like, okay, let me do the best I can. So that's why I'm here today. And I just want to tell you that, yes, in my first year university, I started a business. It was a car dealership. I didn't know what I was doing. I was not ready to start a business. But I can tell you this today. At 30 years old, I'm financially retired, not because I started a business after I graduated from business school. It's because I did it on the first semester. Here's the difference. When I went to class, I didn't go to class to get good marks, as you can see with my average. I went to class to learn about my business. I would learn something in the accounting class, a new accounting principle, and I would say, oh my God, I'm doing my accounting completely wrong. I'd go home and I'd apply to my small car dealership that had 2 cars. I'd learn something in marketing, and I would do the same thing. I would ask my professor, hey, let's go out for a coffee together, not because, I wanted to get good marks, but truly, I wanted that one-on-one learning. Brock University is not just a place of small classrooms and better learning. It is totally that, and I know many of you guys are here because of that. Brock University is a place with so much resources, so much money. I'm not even kidding, especially the last 2 years because they haven't spent any money. There are so many resources for you guys to take advantage of, to bring whoever you want to campus. You want to bring Elon Musk, it's not out of the question. You want to bring Obama, you want to bring, the greatest motivational speakers, athletes, dancers, whoever to campus, contact BUSU, the student union. Contact whoever, there's so many resources on campus, and I hope you can see that. Look, I didn't become the youngest vice president of the student union or the youngest president out of coincidence. Here's the secret. I ran for elections in my 2nd month of school. October, 1 month from today, you'll see posters on campus to become a faculty representative. You can run for that election, and here's the secret. I didn't know what I was running for. I didn't even know what the student union was. I didn't even know how I got elected. I only got like 75 votes, but that was enough to get elected. And here's the thing, I'll tell you this right now. If you do not get involved right away, first semester, first year, first day, this week, when you go to the clubs fair today and tomorrow, join every club. I joined the dance club, the outdoors club, the chess club, any club you can think of, because the people who get involved first climb the highest. It is totally true. Here's what's gonna happen to some of you. I say, it's way too much. I just moved into my new house. I gotta focus on my studies. I'm in a hard program. I'll get involved in 2nd semester. And the 2nd semester will come. And then you'll say, you know what? It's too late. Everybody else already got involved. It looks like all the club registrations are closed. I'll get involved in 2nd year. And then 2nd year will come, and you'll say, I got co-op coming and da-da-da, and I can't get involved now. All my friends who joined in 1st year as volunteers and members, they're all vice presidents now, and they're presidents. And you'll push off. You will eventually get involved. Everybody always does, usually in their 3rd or 4th year, because they realize I can't get a job unless I have something on my resume that was extracurricular. So people get involved, but that's not what I want for you. I want you to get involved today so you can start your own club by 2nd semester or 1st semester. So you can become the president of a club by 2nd year. That's how you maximize university life. That's the secret to climbing whatever goal that you have on campus. We broke a Guinness World Record in our 1st year of university. And we broke another one in our 2nd year. Does anybody do you know what this is? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? You know? You have no clue? We're playing air guitar. Everybody stand up. Stand up right now. Guess how many people came out to break the Guinness World Record playing air guitar? Take a guess. 300 people. He thinks 300 people came out. No. 1,700 Brock students came to break the Guinness World Record of the most number of people playing air guitar. People are like, what is air guitar? Look at this photo. This is air guitar. Just pretending to play guitar. There's a world championship out there. This university broke that record. We have 2,500 people in this room right now. We could literally break our own record again. I don't know if the DJ has music for us to do this for 10 seconds, but if you've got guitar music, play it. Otherwise, everybody's sitting back down. This is awkward. This is not planned, by the way. I just wanted to see. You know what? Let's just do it anyways. On the count of 3, we're going to play air guitar for 10 seconds. Literally just jam out, okay? You guys ready? First, raise your hand and say, woo! Raise your hand one more time and a little bit louder, woo! All right, on the count of 3, for 10 seconds only, I got the timer on. We're gonna jam out the first 5 seconds. Just get comfortable, and the last 5 seconds, let's go all out, all right? 1, 2, 3. All right, I love it. Sit back down, guys. That was completely unplanned for him, and I know we're way over time, so I'm not gonna put that too forward. But that was it. We have the craziest ideas on campus. We broke the Guinness World Record for the world's largest dodgeball game right here in this gymnasium a long time ago. It's been beaten many times over. Now the record is like thousands and thousands of people. But that's the kind of crazy things you could do on campus if you follow secret number 2, getting involved early. Oh. This is a trip I went on to Africa with a bunch of professors on campus. Somebody here love to travel? Raise your hand and say aye. Woo! I love to travel. I probably went on 40 to 50 flights in university, at least more than half of them paid for by this university or student union. That doesn't make sense. I went to Africa on a mission trip with professors of this university from earth science and other staff and faculty on a mission trip where we built volleyball courts and painted schools and went on safaris and literally slept in the jungle. It was amazing. You have to look out. You have to dream a little bit. You have to have a crazy idea of how you want to maximize university life, and I could tell you, you can make it happen. I never thought I would go on a mission trip. I just knew I wanted to. And eventually when I started asking people, they just led to another person, and next thing you know, the international department does a trip every single year to Namibia, South Africa, this was to Botswana, and here we are on that trip. Unbelievable. Now, this is another trip we went on. I visited some of the coolest places in the world. I'm not kidding you. Because of traveling and because of Brock University. This is the wave, this is over in Utah. This is on the way to UCLA, University of California, Los Angeles. We were on our way to UCLA. Why did we go to UCLA? Why did we go to Halifax? And why did we go to BC and Alberta and Calgary? During university, in my second year, this was my second year. We went because we wanted to go study, funded by the university, how the greatest schools, what did they do that was better than us? How did the greatest schools have, such an epic experience for their students? What were they doing? And we realized a few things. My favorite thing on campus is clubs. We only had 50 clubs on campus when I started. That's not a lot of clubs. Other universities have up to 300 clubs. I said, why don't we have more clubs? And what we learned from the majority of these schools is they have a lot more funding. They have tons of money. They have more than $100,000 set aside every year just to give away to their clubs. Guess how much money Brock had in my first year set aside for those 50 clubs? 5,000? 25,000, I wish. $8,000. That is embarrassing. That's what we realized. We came back, and then we ran a referendum on campus, and we changed that number to guess how much? 20K? No, we changed it to $150,000. It's a lot more than that now, and the last 2 years, I bet you none of it was spent, so you guys have a ton of money in this campus. I'm telling you, there's a gold mine. She's gonna go find that pot of gold. Busa's gonna kill me. She's laughing. Fatin's like, oh my God, this is gonna be crazy. Listen, I was talking to somebody over there, and he said he has an idea to start the Nerf Club. He said Waterloo University has a club on campus where the club just gets together and they just have Nerf gun wars. And the student union funds them to buy the craziest Nerf weapons. I know campus security will not be happy if you guys have Nerf guns running around on campus, but do it. Start that club. It doesn't exist on campus. I started a club in my second month or third month of university called Guinness Brock. And we only had one goal: break Guinness World Records on campus and just have fun. And that's what we did. We literally also, we did a third record that didn't get officially recognized because the judge, we couldn't afford to fly him in that time. Most number of people beatboxing at once. Almost 2,000 people. It was wild. This is crazy ideas. You can't do this, guys, after university. You have to do this now. This gym that you guys are sitting in today, it's called the Ian Bettis Gym. And most people don't know this, but Ian Bettis was a student right here at Brock University. He was actually one of the first presidents of the student union. His message to you is the same message that I have 40 years later. If you want to live your potential, if you want to reach heights, the highest heights you could reach in university, you first have to recognize that whatever you want to become, you can become it. I realized that. I was shy. Guys, I'm not kidding. I was that gamer. I was a video gamer, couldn't talk to girls. Public speaking, oh my God, there's no way. Running for elections, in my dreams, I read a book, the book I showed you, How to Win Friends and Influence People. The reason I put that book up there, it is the greatest book. It was the first book written of its kind almost 75 years ago. It is still the greatest book. The first secret is personal development. Some of you guys have already started that journey, but make sure you don't come here to just learn academics. Learn about your flaws and your skills and improve yourself. The second secret, get involved early. Don't wait till second year. There is no such thing as I'm ready. You're always gonna feel not ready. That's the secret. You gotta do it today. You have to. And the third secret, I forget. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been an honor. It's been a pleasure. And if you guys take anything away from today, get involved today. Today is the day you get to reinvent yourself. It's the first day of school. There's a community fair that's coming up. Go join every other club on campus. Start your own club if it doesn't exist on campus. And I'm not kidding you. You will have the greatest experience, much greater than I will. And you will prove to everybody who is worried that you guys are actually the greatest graduating class to ever have entered Brock University. I promise you, you can do it. I will help you do it. If you want to stay in touch with me, go to my website, sohail.ca, book a coffee with me. You know, I do master courses. I'm going to be on campus for the next few days. Do not stop me in the hallway. Although, you know, I wouldn't mind. I don't go to campus anymore. But I just want to say it's been an honor to speak to you. I'm so sorry for how over time we have gotten. Thank you, Badgers, and take care.
Thank you so much, Sohail, for an awesome keynote for our incoming Badgers. I just want to echo, go reach your potential, do all the things that you dream of, and of course, Sir Gate. Thank you for being with us today. Just when you thought things couldn't get any more exciting, we've got a little surprise for you today. Courtesy of the campus store, a big shout out to them. They have snuck in over the long weekend and taped some gift cards under a few seats today. So if you would like to check out your chair, you might be the lucky winner of one of 10 gift cards from the campus store. Do we have any? Hold them up if you got them. Oh, I see one circulating the crowd. There's a whole bunch more, so get a little bit intimate with that chair. Okay, I see a few more popping up. Excellent. Thank you, Campus Store. Well, team, we've arrived at the end of our time together this morning, but the beginning of your journey here at Brock. I'd like you to take a minute and look around. You are the incoming class. You're a team, and you have one another to rely on. Universities can so easily be seen as the bricks and mortar that make up our buildings, right? The culture you think you're choosing when you're going around from campus to campus, or the place that houses the program and that career that you want to aspire to. What I want to tell you as a student and as a longtime staff member here at Brock University is that Brock is about the people. Be sure that you make friends with every single person you've laid eyes on here today. Maybe you made some friends at the paint party. I know you got a little bit slippery and close to one another. Some of those friendships aren't underway yet, but these are your friends, your study groups, and the people whose lives you're going to celebrate for so long after you leave this place. And so make sure that you take full advantage. You got yourself here, and so you're already successful, but it may not always be easy, and you're going to need the support of others. You'll have so many opportunities for experiential learning, one of my personal passions, both inside and outside the classroom while you're here. You'll have opportunities to become as involved as possible, and the message today to get uncomfortable and to do it sooner than later. And you'll learn so much about yourself and a little bit about others as you go through these next few years. I'd love to just leave you with a message to dig in. Be uncomfortable. Step into those spaces you don't think you can, but you want to. The places and opportunities that you know will make you better. Now is the time. Pair that motivation with the tools, the resources, and the services here on campus. People who want to support you, even beyond it being their job. We care. Remember that we encourage asking for help without hesitation, knowing that there is always someone there for you. Remember to be kind to each other and even more to yourself. Act with grace, perseverance, compassion, and of course, welcome to your home here in Niagara. Explore our amazing region. It's a personal passion of mine. Find your favorite spots to study, food from every corner of the world, and the nature that is all around us. Explore, give to this community and it will give back to you tenfold. And use all these resources to go and achieve what you set out to here as a Badger. I will literally be waiting for you right in this corner of the stage when you come up to cross it at convocation and to say congratulations. All of us will, and we are cheering for you every step of the way. Thank you, everybody. Okay, we're going to take it down a notch. We just have a couple of announcements, and we're going to get you out of here. I would like to say thank you so much to Roman, a colleague and my co-MC today doing the interpreting. He's also a Brock alum. Thank you so much. Thank you to the new Student Welcome and Academic Orientation Planning Committee, and also special thank you to Rox Chawaluk, cool name, cool person, and if you meet her, she will make your week and your year great. And I also want to let you know, I know we had a lineup this morning. If you didn't scan in, when you go to your faculty orientation, there will be volunteers there to check you in. And I want to remind you about a couple of other things before we make a really coordinated exit of this space, so please don't go far. There are additional orientation sessions this afternoon. Concurrent teacher education orientation right here, 1:30 to 2:30. We've got co-op orientation and mix and mingle taking place in South Block, 202, 203, 204, and in the Guernsey Market, 1:30 to 3:30. And we've got graduate business students over in the Goodman School, room 206, from 1 to 4. And so now we're going to start exiting the gym and get you on your way. Please bear with me as I give you some instructions. We are going to rock this. I'm going to announce faculties to depart the gym one by one. Please wait for my announcement before you exit. When your faculty is called, please follow the volunteers holding those great signs that helped you in, and they will get you out of the gym. And we're going to depart row by row, starting from the closest to the doors. So just follow your classmates, okay? This is going to take a few minutes, but we're going to begin with those enthusiastic students in Goodman. Please follow the volunteers holding your signs, and you'll be headed to David S. House.